It's pretty straightforward. No way to mess it up. All right. And if you really get really close in there, you can almost see an eyelid in that. And if you really get close, and the camera is almost diluting it, because when I'm standing in front of it, I see a really hard to find face. Like I see it like all the way out. But the camera, I can feel like it's almost kind of slowly diluting it out. Like it's weird, like it's trying to prevent it from being so obvious. And what it's not showing is what your pineal gland is seeing. What your pineal gland is seeing is an electrical signature that goes and outlines every crevice of the face that is allowing me to do the illustrations and the drawings and communicate telepathically with these beings and to see them. And typically they smile. This one's kind of cool. It's everything that is trapped within the firmament gets the electrical smiley face signature. And if you like think about like the Looney Tunes, like the Roadrunner and Wile E. Coyote, you can imagine the frustration because the silicon trees were doing this. The silicon trees and the trees in Hyperborea, they all do this. So whenever they were all chopped down and they were replaced with these fake plastic trees, which is a carbon-based life form tree, which is actually mostly plastic. Plastic actually comes from vegetation, and people will say, oh, well, don't worry about plastic, it comes from trees. Well, do you know what trees are made of? They were replaced with silicons, and they were made to not actually hold such an electrical response because it holds more life. More electrical response holds more life force energy, holds more information. And that's essentially what you're looking at. In all of its basic understanding, wow, even an electric pole is a fucking cube of Saturn cross. Wow. The electric pole is the cube of Saturn cross. Even that. So that's the thing. People can't see anything. And if you read, like this is way before I became illuminated and started seeing these different kinds of beings and stuff. Like there's even one kind of coming out back here in this area. Like they're everywhere. Like you can see them everywhere. These beings are everywhere. There's no way to fuck it up unless your third eye has been shut off. So if you read Morals and Dogma, Albert Pike tells you, if you can perceive totally, you've been receiving ideas, labels, and things that box the understanding of what total perception is. You are being completely boxed into ideals, labels, and it does not allow man to have any ideas of their own. And he goes, look, if you really have total perception, you will look at trees, vegetables, everything, and you will say that these are beings like you and I. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that when you can see them, and they look like beings. And it looks more than this. This right here is like diluted for some reason, because my third eye picks up a more clear, crisper vision than this camera, man. Unfortunately, I can't really do it much justice in what's other obvious. I mean, other than just seeing a face on it. Like, it's just obvious there's a bridge on the nose, like right there. You can't fuck it up. Like there's a bridge. And the nose is poking right out at your face. So you can't really just say, hey, there's nothing there, because there's a bridge and there's a mouth. And it's very obvious. So, yeah, everything in here gets the signature. This being tears down the silicon trees, and to probably his surprise or frustration, take a look. They're still fucking smiling. They still have the signature. They still have the electrical response. And yeah, man, that's pretty fucking frustrating. But yeah. But I like it. I mean, I love these guys, man. Some of them look like females. Some of them look like dudes. But yeah, it's obvious that we have a creator that is miraculous. That anything that's being touched comes to life. And it is a miracle of epic proportions that people can't see. And right now, they got you floating in space as an accident. And you're under a jurisdictional law that says that you're a walking dead entity. And clearly, everything that you kind of saw and kind of knew is kind of happening, bro, because it's all coming out now. And I suggest everybody start staring into the sun, get connected, and start connecting with these beings, because they got something to, they got something to telepathically tell you. They're not gonna open their mouth and, hey, Solomon, he looks like he should be, oh, no. But they don't speak. They're telepathic. And anything that is a super being that's interdimensional like that, notice that the monks, and they meditate, they don't say shit and they still communicate. That's what I'm saying. That's the level that they're on. And it's time that we get on that level too. Stay awake.